Hey, how's it going? My name is Coach Dustin, and I'm excited to teach this fat loss masterclass. I want to make it as short, precise, and to the point as possible to be mindful of your time. And just a quick tidbit about me. I've been a trainer for 20 years, went through a transformation, lost 60 pounds of body fat, and now I've helped 5,000 people to achieve their fat loss and fitness goals as well. And that's why I wanted to put this training together, so I can help you, I can help the masses, I can share this knowledge to as many people in our community as possible. So this training is called the simple truth about simple truth about what it takes to drop pounds forever. All right. I tried to make it simple, but I guess it didn't roll off the tongue like I'd hoped. So let's dive into the good stuff. Okay. Now, who are we? Well, at our facility, our mission is to create healthy families for future generations. Okay. And our name of our facility is Lead the Way Fitness. And so we've helped over 5,000 clients to achieve their results, men and women. And essentially, again, we want to do it in a sustainable way where you just don't lose the weight, you keep it off for good. And so what we fight, all right, what we really have a bone to pick with is hopelessness. And so a lot of people share, they feel hopeless that they'll never reach their goal. They'll never get fit. They'll never hit their dreams with their body or their health. And so that is all just a bunch of garbage. So I want to tell you why. Okay. Number one, there's a lot of places out there promising a quick fix that they can help you drop 30 pounds in 30 days. And that is just a bunch of hogwash. Nobody should lose that much weight that quickly because you're not going to be able to keep it off for good. There's false claims out there, things that, you should be doing cardio all day long. And I'll kind of explain what is the best way to lose fat. Starvation diets, which is basically anything under 1,000 calories. And there's a ton of them out there. You might have even heard of the HCG diet, a good 10 plus years ago, where they were telling people to eat 500 calories a day. And then myths such as, your age, that if you're over 40, that's a wrap. You'll never be able to reach your goals. Well, that is what we want to fight. All this garbage information out there and give you the truth. All right. So what I want to teach with you today is I call it like the stool to achieving your fitness goals. It's like a stool because there's 3 legs. You need training, you need nutrition, and you need accountability. These are the things that get you to your goals every single time. So let's talk about first the training, the workouts. All right. We call this the motivator because it makes you feel the change, right? You feel the sweat, you feel the hotter body, you feel the soreness, you feel all this stuff going on, but it's not everything. And so the first myth I want to bust on this training is that cardio is better because logically it makes sense. We're in the fat burning zone. We're actually hot. Our bodies are hot. We're sweating. All the signs are pointing to us burning fat, but that is just a load of garbage. And here's why, because what we want to do is we want to preserve muscle. Muscle makes our body burns fat 24 hours around the clock. When you're sleeping, when you're driving in your car, whatever you're doing, muscle burns fat. Cardio, on the other hand, only burns fat when you're doing it. So if I do 30 minutes of cardio, I burn fat for 30 minutes. But if I do strength training, I'm burning fat 24 hours around the clock. All right. So that's the first thing I want to point out. Both are good. And hey, I love a good sweat and people love a good cardio workout. But strength is the better way to get to your goals. All right. Second, the myth is that you got to work out every day. You got to go to the gym 6-7 days a week. And that's not true. We found the science to point that even 3 workouts a week can create complete new body composition. You can burn fat, build muscle, lean out your body, tone up, and it isn't going to require hours and hours in the gym. All right. And then the third is that you're just going to be sore forever. People feel like, hey, that first workout soreness, is this how these fitness people live? Are they just sore like this all the time? No, it is only the first time that you work out a new muscle, and it's because it hasn't been moved in that way in some time. So if you can stay strong and push through it, then you don't have that soreness with you forever. So these are just myths that keep people out of the gym. And again, it's a bunch of hogwash. So what we want to do is we want to get you into doing strength training. They can be short, intense workouts, again, 30 minutes or less, and that's plenty to get your body to transform. All right. Next, we're going to talk nutrition. So nutrition is the multiplier. It takes the hard work you do in the gym and it multiplies the results. So this is we go from feeling the change to seeing the change. Okay. You probably have heard that phrase that abs are made in the kitchen. And that's because we have to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. All right. It's the only way to lose fat. All right. So there's a lot of different gurus out there and promises and diet books, but all of them all lead to one thing at the end of the day, and that is calorie deficit. What does that mean? What is the more simple term for that? Well, it just means eat less than your body burns for day-to-day living. So you have a certain amount of calories your body needs for your body to just be alive, to make your heart beat, to make your skin cells, kind of die off and new ones to come in, to just work your organs. That's just like living, kind of calorie requirement. Then there's activity requirement. Now you're walking and you go to work, and if you go to the gym and, all these things, you're going around the house, all that combined is your total calorie expenditure. So the goal is to eat less than how much we put out in terms of calorie expenditure, and that's what creates weight loss. So examples on the sheet here is if we had eaten 2,000 calories and we burn 2,500 a day, we will lose weight. But if we eat 2,000 and we burn 2,000, then we will stay the same. There'll be no change. And if we eat 2,500 and we burn 2,000, then we gain weight. All right. That's it, guys. And so I want to share with you a couple of different spins you might have seen in the fitness world, because every diet that exists, all they did was they took this very simple concept of a calorie deficit and they put some marketing on it, they put a spin on it and gave it like a sexy new label. So let me show you some examples. The keto diet tells you to cut out carbs. Well, if you only eat fat and protein, you're going to be in a calorie deficit because you're removing an entire category of foods. You're cutting out carbs, right? Most people will not be able to eat a lot of food when they only have 2 categories to eat. Next, you got the vegan diet. So a lot of people are told to do this to lose weight, but you're cutting out all your meat proteins, right? So you're going to eat low calorie vegetables and carbs. And yes, you will lose weight on this because the food is so low in calories. Then we have Weight Watchers, where they just replace the word calories with points. They put you into a point deficit. They said count your points, and they put a point system on food, and they basically help people to get in a calorie deficit. And then we got intermittent fasting, where it tells you to cut out breakfast, only eat lunch and dinner. Well, guess what? Most people can't eat that much from noon to 8 p.m. They're not going to overeat, and they're going to be in a calorie deficit. So I want to point this out because every diet that exists just put a different spin on it. The answer is which one works for you. So that's where we get to the 4 principles of flexible dieting, meaning it's not hard to do. It's not hard rules. You're not breaking the rule. We're just trying to stay within these guidelines. So first is it's not how much you eat. It's about how much you eat. It's not what you eat. So we'll go back to that calorie deficit. If you need to eat 2,000 calories and to lose weight, you can have 2,000 calories of Oreos. You can have 2,000 calories of milkshakes. But as long as you stay in that range, the reason that doesn't work for most people is because those foods are really easy to overeat. We usually can't stop at 2,000 calories. So again, it sounds good in theory, but it's going to be about moderation. We're going to talk about that. So it's not about what you eat. You can have all the junk food things that you like. It's a matter of staying within your calorie deficit. And so that's why we got to pick calorie dense foods, because they fill us up more than not nutritious foods. All right. Second is you should eat the foods you like. All right. Never feel like you have to be on this diet where it's filled with all these foods you don't like, because you're not going to be able to stick on that. All right. So we got to stick to a diet. Third is we do want 80 to 90% of the food we eat to be nutritious, because that does help with keeping your body healthy, with rebuilding your muscles, with giving you energy. If we eat a lot of crud, you're yawning a lot, you got no energy, that's when our skin gets oily, we can't sleep, like just health things are starting to show because we're picking low nutrition food. So pick nutritious food 80, 90% of the time, and then slip some junk in there. All right. And then eat on a schedule that works for you. Don't feel pressure to do intermittent fasting because you know someone that's done it. And you hear a lot about these crazy, eating scheduled diets. You got to do what works for you, right? And so this is the 4 principles of flexible dieting that we teach, okay? So it's not about what you eat, it's how much that you eat. You got to eat foods you like. You got to make sure you have a high amount of it leading towards nutritious foods, and you're eating at a scheduled time that works for you and your schedule, all right? And then last but not least, we're going to talk about the glue, and that is accountability, all right? This is what makes you stick to the change. We talked about feeling the change, then seeing the change. Now, how do we stick to the change? Well, it's glue, all right? That's accountability. So the first thing I want to talk about with accountability is, why do we do what we do, right? I know it's kind of a crazy question, but just think about it for a moment. Like, why do we do what we do? And what it comes down to, we found through science, is that it's how our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs align. How you think, how you feel, and what you believe all combine, and they make you take an action, all right? And so when you think, feel, and believe something, you take an action that aligns with those things, and then when you take an action, a result comes up, all right? So I'm going to share an example with that because I know it sounds pretty open-ended. let's say a client comes into our gym and they say, man, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can get to my goal. And I feel overwhelmed with how much change I need to make to my diet. And now I have to make this commitment to go to the gym. And I just believe I'm destined to be this way forever. I'll never change my body. So do you see how their thoughts, feelings, and beliefs are verbalized in their head to themselves, to others? This is what they are kind of like making their world out to be. And then guess what? The action is when you think, feel, and believe these things, you're not going to go to the gym. And then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy because you don't reach your goal. So we have to start there. What are we thinking? You know, do we have a positive state? Do we feel like we can do this? Do we believe that it's possible? It all starts there because our actions come from that place. So now let's flip the script. Let's say someone comes in and they say, hey, you know what? I think this coach wants to help me. I think they got the right intention and I think I want to make a change. And I also feel safe in this environment. I don't feel like I'm going to get judged. I feel like I'm in a good place. And I believe I can reach my goals. They've told me how the program works and I'm interested. Let's do this. I think I can do this, right? I can reach my goals. So you see how these are more positive feelings, thoughts, beliefs. Well, now what happens is they start going to the gym 3 times a week. Their actions follow their thoughts, feelings, beliefs. And then the result comes. They achieve goals. They get to where they want to get. They drop the pounds. They feel better. So how does accountability come into our program? Well, we hold our clients accountable to coming in to work out 3 times a week. And if we don't see you there 3 times a week, we're texting you, we're calling you. We want to be your cheerleader that gets you to come in because it's good for you. You will feel 10 times better when you work out. All right. Next, we do nutrition accountability. We have a group chat. And so that is in our app. And that way we can see what you're eating. You take photos and boom, your coach can give you, advice. And then number 3, we do scans, body scans every 2 weeks because it helps you to see the fat going down and the muscle going up. And then that encourages you to keep coming. But you might not get on this machine without accountability. And that's what we're there to do. And I always love the phrase that I heard, which is accountability is the highest form of love. So that is so true. And that's why we do what we do. All right. So there you have it. That is the fitness stool, if you will. There's 3 legs to it. There's workouts, nutrition, accountability. You need all 3. Without one leg of the stool, it topples over. Okay. And I would love to have you come and join our upcoming 6-week challenge. It's called the Drop Pounds Get Paid Challenge. You're going to get 30-minute workouts because we understand life is busy and you don't have a lot of time. So we carefully design these workouts to get you the most calorie burn and the most total body toning in the least amount of time. We do have AM and PM session times available all week long, so you can make it work for you and you can maneuver. If you can't come one day to one time, you can come to another. Our coaches are certified, so they know what they're doing, but most of all, they're high energy, they're fun, and they got some banging music to keep you motivated and pumped up at every single workout. Then we also got a super simple nutrition plan, nothing complicated, no recipes with 20 ingredients, like simple. Again, we're thinking for busy people that want to have good tasting food that also burns fat in their body. All right. And then that InBody machine I mentioned earlier, we're going to get you on there and that it's going to do a metabolic readout. It tells you how many calories your body burns at rest. And so then your calorie deficit number. If the machine spits out 1,800, I need to eat under 1,800 a day and I will lose fat. And our coaches will show you what a day of eating looks like so you can stay in your deficit. And, hey, we do got to get you signed up ASAP because this program is beginning soon. It actually launches April 1st. And we would love to have you in it. The Drop Pounds Get Paid. Why is it called that? Well, the top 3 transformations are going to win cash prizes. So not only are you losing weight to feel better, but you can win some money. And that's never a bad thing, right? So we want to see you get signed up. So go ahead and click the link that is on this message and we'll get you signed up. And I hope that you learned something today so that you know how to get to your goals. All right. I'll talk to you soon. I'm Coach Dustin and I'll see you again.